All right, let's talk about stopping power. When that topic comes up, most of us immediately picture a tactical rifle, right? But what if I told you there's a class of handguns out there so powerful, so ridiculously over the top, that they make some of those rifles look like they're just for play? These aren't the old six-shooters your grandpa might have had. We're talking about modern, precision-engineered machines. They're built from decades of ballistic science and chambered for rounds that were designed to stop things like charging elephants in their tracks. So today, we're going to look at 8 revolvers that can outpunch rifles costing twice as much. We've got German-engineered masterpieces, pure American iron that literally shoots rifle rounds, and wheel guns so intimidating they can make a seasoned shooter completely rethink what firepower really means. This is about raw, up-close dominance, revolver style. Let's get into it. Number 8, the Colt Python. Kicking off our list at number 8 is the legendary Colt Python. Now, a .357 might seem tame for this list, but the Python isn't just about raw power. It's about a perfect balance of power and precision. For around $1,700, you're buying a piece of history, rebuilt for the modern shooter. The Python's famous accuracy comes from a hand-fitted barrel and a cylinder lockup that's incredibly tight, custom shop quality. And don't underestimate the .357 Magnum. A 125-grain hollow point from its 6-inch barrel hits about 1,450 feet per second, delivering nearly 600 foot-pounds of energy with a nasty terminal effect. Where the Python outshines a rifle in a defensive scenario is control. The full-length ejector rod housing adds weight to reduce muzzle flip, making follow-up shots fast and accurate. The ventilated rib provides a long, clear sight picture, and the trigger is famous for a reason, with a single action brake that's clean at about 4.5 pounds. For over 50 years, the sight of that unique profile has been enough to de-escalate situations. It's a shooter's gun, chosen for precision, and a perfect benchmark to start our list. Number 7, the Colt Anaconda. If the Python is the benchmark, our number 7 is the Anaconda, the Python's bigger, meaner brother in .44 Magnum. For about the same price, you get a significant step up in power. The Anaconda is built on Colt's massive I-frame and machined from stainless steel, so it's made to handle rough use and bad weather. Chambered in .44 Magnum, it pushes a 240-grain bullet at 1,180 feet per second, for about 742 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. That's enough power to stop a charging grizzly or punch straight through a car door. Its 6-inch barrel offers a great balance of velocity and maneuverability, making it far more useful than a long rifle in tight spaces like a vehicle or a hallway. While a rifle user is struggling to get their gun on target, the Anaconda can deliver 6 rounds of hard-hitting .44 Magnum. Number 6, the Korth NXS. From American muscle, we move to German precision with the Korth NXS. This is engineering perfection in a revolver, available through Nighthawk Custom for a cool $5,300. It's chambered in .44 Magnum, but it's a completely different animal. The DLC-coated frame is incredibly tough, and its barrel can produce sub-2-inch groups at 50 yards out of the box, better than some rifles. Plus, its cylinder holds 8 rounds, a huge 33% firepower advantage over a standard 6-shooter. At nearly 3.5 pounds, it has the mass to absorb recoil, but the magic is in the trigger. It's hand-tuned for a perfect 2.8-pound single-action brake, with a double-action pull that's unbelievably smooth. The intimidation factor here isn't just power, it's precision. Facing a handgun that costs more than a car and shoots with rifle-like accuracy is psychological warfare. With 8 rounds ready, you have more immediate firepower than a bolt-action rifle, making this the choice for someone who demands rifle accuracy in a handgun package. Number 5, the Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan. Next up is pure brute force in a tiny package. The Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan in the ferocious .454 Casull. For about $1,500, you get what professionals call bear medicine. Its job is to stop a 1,000-pound animal at point-blank range. From its tiny 2.5-inch barrel, the .454 Casull launches a 250-grain bullet at over 1,600 feet per second for a staggering 1,466 foot-pounds of energy, enough to punch through an engine block. Firing it is an event. producing a massive fireball and a concussion wave you feel in your chest. In a bear charge, you don't have time to shoulder a rifle. The Alaskan's advantage is speed. You can draw and put 6 rounds of bone-crushing power on target, as fast as you can pull the trigger. The intimidation factor is primal. It looks like a tool built to stop the most dangerous animals on Earth, because it is. Number 4. The Freedom Arms Model 83. We just saw the 454 Casual as a brute force tool. Now let's see it in a precision instrument. The Freedom Arms Model 83. Starting around $3,000, this revolver is a testament to American craftsmanship, built for shooters who value accuracy above all. These are made in Wyoming, with tolerances measured in 10,000ths of an inch. The 4.75-inch barrel pushes a 300-grain bullet to generate a massive 1,755 foot-pounds of energy, all while shooting groups under 2 inches at 50 yards. The single-action trigger is a dream, breaking at a crisp 2.5 pounds. Where it beats a rifle is in absolute reliability. While complex actions can jam or freeze, the Model 83's simple, rock-solid design will always function. Anyone who recognizes this gun knows they're facing a serious shooter who chose perfection over compromise. Number 3. The Taurus Raging Hunter 460. Now for a revolver that brings truly monstrous rifle-level power to a more accessible price point. The Taurus Raging Hunter in 460 Smith Wesson Magnum costs about $1,270 and delivers insane performance. The 460 S&W pushes a 200-grain bullet at a blistering 2,330 feet per second, hitting with over 2,400 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. That's more power than a .30-30 Winchester rifle. Its massive frame and thick cylinder are built to handle the pressure, and the muzzle brake is essential for taming the recoil. But here's the real kicker. It's convertible. The cylinder also chambers 454 Casual and 45 Colt, giving you 3 power levels in one gun, a flexibility most rifles can't match. Staring down the barrel of something delivering this much energy is instinctively terrifying. It brings rifle-grade hunting performance in a much more portable package. Number 2. The Magnum Research BFR. So far, we've seen revolvers with rifle-like power. The Magnum Research BFR, or biggest finest revolver, crosses that line by firing an actual rifle cartridge, the 4570 Government. Starting at around $1,200, this is one of the most powerful handguns ever produced. Its distinctively long cylinder is a dead giveaway. From its 7.5-inch barrel, it sends a massive 405-grain bullet at 1,330 feet per second, creating a crushing 1,590 foot-pounds of energy. With modern loads, that number can climb even higher. The intimidation factor is off the charts. Anyone who knows guns recognizes it immediately. The muzzle blast and recoil create a physical shockwave. What makes the BFR so dangerous is the element of surprise. Nobody expects rifle-level ballistics from a handgun. This is pure rifle power with the maneuverability of a pistol, a tactical advantage no long gun can offer. Number 1. The Smith Wesson Model 500. And here we are, at the top. The Smith & Wesson Model 500 is, simply put, the most powerful production revolver ever made. For about $1,570, you're buying the ultimate expression of raw handgun power. The 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum cartridge is a monster, launching a 350-grain bullet at nearly 2,000 feet per second. The result is over 330 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, more power than a .30-06 Springfield rifle. Smith & Wesson had to invent the new X-frame and use advanced metallurgy just to contain this power. The barrel compensator is essential for making it manageable, but it creates a muzzle blast you can feel from 50 feet away. The true advantage of the Model 500 is psychological warfare. The sound is unmistakable, the flash is visible in daylight, and the knowledge that you're facing something with 3,000 foot-pounds of energy is crushing. This revolver proves that sometimes raw, unfiltered power trumps everything. So there you have it. 8 revolvers that represent the absolute peak of handgun engineering. Each one delivers a level of performance that challenges what we thought we knew about stopping power. From German precision to American brute force, these wheel guns prove that sometimes the most effective weapon is the one that fits in your hand but hits like a freight train. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these powerhouses would you add to your collection? Let me know down in the comments. And make sure you stay tuned, because our next video is going to cover the most powerful hunting cartridges that were actually deemed too dangerous for civilian use. You won't want to miss it.